What if the greatest warrior of his age suddenly refused to fight? What if, standing on the battlefield, with victory within reach, he dropped his bow and chose despair instead? This is not merely a story from ancient India. It is the story of every human being who has faced confusion, fear, and difficult choices. Welcome to Chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. The Yoga of Arjuna's Despair. The Bhagavad Gita takes place on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, where two branches of the same royal family prepare for war. On one side stand the Pandavas, led by Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. On the other side stand the Kauravas, led by Duryodhana. After years of injustice, exile, and failed peace negotiations, war has become unavoidable. Thousands of warriors, kings, elephants, horses, and chariots gather on the sacred field. And at the center of it all stands Arjuna, one of the greatest archers in history. His charioteer is none other than Krishna. As the armies prepare for battle, Duryodhana approaches his teacher, Dronacharya. Although confident outwardly, he is concerned by the strength of the Pandava army. He points out mighty warriors standing against him: Bhima, Arjuna, Satyaki, Virata, Drupada, and many others. He then reminds his commanders to protect their greatest warrior, Bhishma. The atmosphere is tense. The fate of an entire civilization hangs in the balance. Suddenly, Bhishma blows his mighty conch. Its sound echoes across the battlefield. Immediately, drums, trumpets, horns, and conches roar from both sides. Then Krishna and Arjuna answer. Krishna blows the divine conch Panchajanya. Arjuna blows Devadatta. Bhima sounds his mighty Paundra conch. The thunderous sounds shake the hearts of the Kaurava army. War is moments away. At this crucial moment, Arjuna speaks to Krishna. Please place my chariot between the two armies. He wants to see those assembled to fight. Krishna drives the chariot into the middle of the battlefield and stops before Bhishma and Drona. Then he says, Arjuna, behold the Kurus gathered here. Arjuna begins looking around. And everything changes. What Arjuna sees is not an enemy army. He sees his own family. Grandfathers. Teachers. Uncles. Brothers. Friends. Cousins. Students. Well-wishers. The people he loves. The people who helped shape his life. Suddenly the warrior's confidence disappears. His body trembles. His mouth becomes dry. His skin burns. His famous bow, the Gandiva, slips from his hands. His mind becomes confused. He asks himself, what victory is worth the death of my loved ones? Arjuna presents several arguments. First, he says that killing relatives for a kingdom is meaningless. What joy can come from ruling a land soaked in the blood of family? Second, he fears the destruction of family traditions and moral values. If families are destroyed, society itself may decline. Third, he believes the resulting suffering will outweigh any possible gain. Even though the Kauravas may be blinded by greed, Arjuna feels he should not commit the same mistake. He would rather live by begging than kill revered elders such as Bhishma and Drona. This is no longer a military problem. It is a moral, emotional, and spiritual crisis. Overwhelmed by grief and compassion, Arjuna can no longer stand. He drops his Gandiva bow. His arrows fall. His spirit collapses. He sits down in his chariot, refusing to fight. The greatest warrior on the battlefield is defeated before the war even begins. Not by an enemy, but by his own mind. Many people wonder why the Bhagavad Gita begins with despair. The answer is profound. true wisdom often begins when we acknowledge our confusion. Arjuna's breakdown is not weakness. It is the beginning of transformation. Before Krishna can teach the highest spiritual truths, Arjuna must recognize that his own understanding is insufficient. Chapter 1 teaches us that even the strongest individuals experience doubt, fear, and emotional turmoil. The real battle is often within. And it is precisely in moments of uncertainty that spiritual knowledge becomes most valuable. In Chapter 1, we witnessed the collapse of Arjuna's certainty. A warrior became a seeker. A battlefield became a classroom. And despair became the doorway to wisdom. In the next chapter, Krishna will begin revealing one of humanity's greatest spiritual teachings. If you enjoyed this journey through the Bhagavad Gita, subscribe and join us as we explore Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, where Krishna begins his timeless message on duty, the soul, and the meaning of life.